Hello everyone, this is Sophiana, and it's quite late. I'm a night owl anyway, so I tend to stay up late. I've even got the ring to prove it. But no, I figured that I would do a video before bed because this idea has been stewing in my head all day. So I figured I'd get it out there before I lost some of the magic or something like that. I wanted to talk about Christopaganism and to elaborate on that a little bit. And to also show how you can apply that to your religious practice if that's the path that's calling to you. Now, for me, I know that I have made it clear that I follow the Egyptian pantheon. However, my ideas about deity go a lot deeper than that, and I thought that it was worthy of mentioning since I haven't really gone too deep into my theological beliefs yet. While I do believe that the gods are real on a certain level, the truth of the matter is, like when you dig really deep into it, that I feel that any attempt to put a face, a name, and a personality onto a god or a group of gods is just an arbitrary way of us humanizing gods in order for us to connect with them. And that's how I see the Egyptian gods on a pretty big level. I think that it's very important to believe in a pantheon such as that if you are pagan, because it really helps you to connect to divinity and to kind of form a bridge between the unknowable and our consciousness. But the truth of the matter is, I just don't think that's all there is. And when I dig a little bit deeper, I think the best way to illustrate this would be to illustrate it as a parfait, because onions are gross. Shrek taught us that. The top layer would be the Egyptian gods, the ones that we can see, the gods that represent the physical realm. But underneath that, there is the dual nature of divinity that I believe in, which is masculine and feminine, not male and female. That denotes genitals, and that's just ridiculous. But the polarity of the negative and positive, the dark and the light, the male and the female. And when it comes to that level, I do believe in Isis and Osiris as the two most important Egyptian deities. However, I see that as kind of a mask for what I truly believe to be the mid-level, we'll call it. And that would be what I see as the Christian Godhead, actually. Jesus as a god, we should say, not as a teacher, was actually defined not necessarily by Christianity as an original religion, but he was one of a line of solar deities and harvest deities that sacrifices himself for the greater good. And we can see that in Osiris, who rules over the afterlife after being separated from his body by Set, basically. He rules the afterlife and he allows entrance into it, which is what Jesus does, basically. And I use the Jewish term Yeshua because I have a lot of friends who are Messianic Jews, and it just kind of stuck. It's closer to the original. But I believe in him as a sort of green man figure, and he embodies that archetype that I feel I really need. And it gets into the matter of salvation, but I do see it slightly different than a lot of Christians do. Probably quite a bit different. Then there is the other side, the feminine side, which is Sophia. And she was the Gnostic goddess of wisdom. Her name means wisdom in Greek. And she represents to me the ultimate in the feminine energies of the universe. She's the comforter, she's the nurturer, she's the creatrix of the material world. And even though Gnostic mythology would have her be the one who brought evil into the universe because she created matter, I don't believe that the material world is evil, and hence I don't see her as the bringer of evil. It kind of dates back to the Eve complex of bringing evil into the world, as well as Pandora and other things like that. But a lot of, I should probably make this 2 different videos. Let's call this part 1, my views on deity. Because this is getting way off subject, so I'll make 2 different videos. We're getting past the middle layer where we find the 2 dual natures of the ultimate divinity. The bottom layer, and the one that underlies everything, is a deity that is both immanent in our world and transcendent in everything that we can't see. This deity rules over the seen, the unseen, the known and the unknown, everything in the universe. Its force is what connects us to the earth because it's in everything. It's the spark of life within us, and it is the rhythm of nature. It's, as Starhawk put it, it's the force that glues the molecules together, that keeps them attracting to each other to hold the universe together. It's like glue. And I know that in Hinduism it's called Brahma, and he was the ultimate god from what I understand. I might be wrong. In Christianity it's referred to God the Father, and I don't see it as masculine or feminine. I see it as completely neutral and balanced. And so that is the bottom layer, and that is basically what we try to tap into, that higher consciousness, some people call it the higher self, that really puts us in touch with the rest of the universe, everything around us, and whatever higher purposes there are for existence. That's what we try to connect with in various forms during high magic rituals. And because this form of deity is totally unknown to our limited minds, we have to have the faces and the names and the personalities to latch onto so we can grasp these different concepts or archetypes in bite-sized pieces, because honestly we can't handle all of that. We can't handle the whole universe in one package. So as pagans and as polytheists, and this doesn't go for everybody, but this is just my view of polytheism. As a polytheist, believing like I do, separating the gigantic Godhead into smaller forms of the Godhead is really the way to digest it. You don't just swallow a whole apple, you have to take bites at a time. There's like an apple right behind the camera, so that was just the first thing that popped into my head. Other than that, that is how I view deity, and I'm sure there are plenty of other things that that go along with that. My views are pretty convoluted and complicated, and if I have anything else that I think is really important, I might make a video on it, but that covers the basics, so you know where I'm coming from. In the next video, which I'll record right after this, I will discuss how to apply Christopagan faith mostly outside of my own experience, or I should say objectively, not just my subjective experiences, although my experiences will be my main source for what's going on. Anyway, if you have any questions, which I'm sure some people do, then just send a comment. And also, I would like to hear about your ideas of deity. How much of a polytheist are you? Are you a monotheist? Do you believe that all the gods and all the goddesses are separate, that they aren't all just archetypes? Or do you believe like I do, or something totally different? Just tell me, I'd be really interested in hearing. Alright, well, stay tuned for the next video, and subscribe, comment, and tell your friends. Have a good day.